The US president has invited 5 African leaders to the White House, 5 out of a continent of 54 countries. And which are these 5 countries? Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, and Senegal. This is the hand-picked group. These are countries with minerals and migration issues. These are also the smaller economies of Africa. So these are the kind of partners who are more likely to say yes to your demands, the ones who are less likely to walk out at the sign of a conflict. Because that's the thing about a gaslighter. They love an uneven power dynamic. So Trump invited them for a summit. The summit will go on for 3 days, but the US president seems to have lost his patience on day 1 itself.
And we have a lot of resources in our seawater, so lots of fishing and whatnot. I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Yeah, we have to go. But I appreciate it very much. I appreciate it. Maybe we're going to have to go a little bit quicker than this because we have a whole schedule.
Be a little quicker. That's what Trump is telling an African leader. Yes, he's just being himself. Here's what happened at the lunch table. The African leaders took turns. They were singing praises of Donald Trump. They were pitching projects. One of them even invited Trump to build a golf course. And yes, they also brought up the Nobel Peace Prize.
I believe that he does deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. That is my opinion on this.
Very nice. Thank you. I didn't know I'd be treated this nicely. This is great. We could do this all day long. Thank you very much. Please, go ahead.
So the US president soaked it all up, but moments later, he cut off one of the leaders mid-speech, asking him to be a bit quicker because Trump had a whole schedule. This is classic Trump. Bask in all the compliments, but check your watch when the other side makes demands. Why is he meeting them at all? Trump's motto for Africa is quite clear: trade, not aid. And that per se is not the problem. It's the approach. The US president does not care about how Africa is doing. He's just scanning the room to see who has something he needs.
And we're working tirelessly to forge new economic opportunities involving both the United States and many African nations. There's great economic potential in Africa, like few other places in many ways. In the long run, this will be far more effective and sustainable and beneficial than anything else that we could be doing together.
This is not a partnership, it's a transaction wrapped in flattery. And Trump took it too far with a backhanded compliment. Listen to what he said to the president of Liberia.
We want to work with the United States in peace and security within the region because we are committed to that. And we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. That's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well,
Very
and
good, sir.
they come from here. So thank you very much.
That was Liberian President Joseph Boakai. He talked about partnering with the US, but guess what Trump heard? English. An African leader speaking in English. So Trump, being Trump, asked him where he learned the language. And the answer surprised him even more. Trump could not believe it was Liberia. It was obviously very tone deaf. It betrayed his lack of sensitivity and basic homework. So here's some historical trivia for US President Trump. Liberia was founded in 1822 by the American Colonization Society. This was to resettle freed American slaves. The country declared independence in 1847. English is the official language of Liberia, so their leader speaking English should not be a surprise. But this episode is telling. It shows what the US thinks of the African continent, and Trump has a history of doing this, by the way. In 2018, he made headlines for his vulgar dismissal of African nations. He mocked African accents. He cut aid programs. He's asked where certain countries are located. And now he wants a fresh start. The reason for this is China and Russia. They're making inroads in Africa. They're gaining turf, and Trump does not want to be left out. In fact, the leader of Gabon even mentioned it during the summit.
Our country is free, open to one and all. You are welcome to come and invest. Otherwise, other countries might come instead of you. Thank you.
Also, the countries he invited sit on top of some of the world's richest deposits. Gabon alone holds nearly a quarter of the world's manganese. Senegal wants to build a tech city. Liberia wants to host a US military facility. All of them have something to offer to Donald Trump. So this was less a diplomatic outreach and more of a sales pitch, not to understand Africa, but to leverage it. Because when Trump looks at Africa, he does not see people or partners or potential. He sees a map of resources and market access. Of course, Africa has been here before. Smooth words, shiny contracts, strategic partnerships, and friendships. The promises from Trump may sound new, but the power play is the same.